Alrighty, so the translated patch notes are out for the Assault Mode Estarossa patch, and we're going to be going over those along with his skill translations. So, I just want to warn you, they're redoing my kitchen downstairs, so if there's any sort of beating and banging or anything like that, feel free to ignore that. Other than that, if you're new to the channel or anything like that, or, you know, I don't know, want to see more content, feel free to subscribe, because we're getting really close to 10K, and that would be super awesome. So either way, obviously it is the 2.5 year anniversary for global, not for JPKR, so it's a global anniversary, and it's looking pretty interesting. I have to say, the new Assault Mode Estarossa looks very cool, but I'm not so sure if it's going to be for everybody after watching the live stream and everything. But let's go over the skills and everything, because they've obviously been translated. I've got to say, we'll look at the banner after this, but well, actually, I think we'll look at the banner like in just a moment, because I'm really interested to see who all's on it. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, if the banner's bad, probably not going to summon," and I really don't think that the banner's probably going to be all that good. So either way, SSR Distorted Darkness Berserk Estarossa, because everybody calls it Assault Mode, but it's technically Berserk, I guess, because Melee's Berserk Meliodas as well. He is a blue unit, which I kind of figured he wasn't going to be a light or dark unit, so he is the new blue Estarossa, because we didn't already have a blue Estarossa to begin with. And he is lengthy. There is a lot going on here. So passive works in all game modes, but only active when entering the battle, so that is, I guess, a good thing. You can use him in everything, but yeah, I just want to disclaimer really quickly. At the very bottom here, it says Skull and Hati are immune to darkness effect of Berserk Estarossa, so I don't think that this is going to be the unit that everybody's going to want to summon for if they're really wanting to beat that. I don't think he's the solution, so just be aware of that. But yeah, applies 1 stack of darkness on an enemy whenever a demon ally or ally with commandments deals damage. When there are 4 or more stacks of darkness, apply encroachment on the enemy for 1 turn. In addition, for every darkness, increase all allies' basic stats by 5% up to 10 times. Darkness is increased damage received by 10%, max of 5 stacks. Encroachment is decrease all stats by 40%. Removes darkness effect when this effect is removed, unstackable. That's a lot, okay? So a lot of debuffs going out here. Whenever they were showing them off in game, in the friendly PvP match that they did during the live stream, if you haven't seen that out, it's up on the channel. Go check it out. A lot of them were gray buffs. I think the encroachment is a red buff, because there was a bunch of darkness effect stacks that were gray, and then I think the encroachment was a red debuff. It looked like a little like a little white ghost face with like chain X behind it. I don't know, very interesting, but we're looking at brand new effects here, so I'm not super sure on how all of this will turn out, but he was dealing some pretty big damage once he got a lot of stacks off. So just like I guess Assault Mode Melee, you know, there's a little bit of build up, but there's a lot of reward for it. So but this time he's the one building up by attacking and everything, not getting attacked necessarily. So I think those two together are going to have fantastic synergy. So looks very interesting. The commandment only works in PvP, active when entering the battle. When a hero uses a skill, remove 1 buff on the hero. Applies on all enemies and enemies, applies on all allies and enemies, activates when entering the battle. So when a hero uses a skill, removes 1 buff. I guess that's just a downside in general. I don't think he necessarily gains buffs. Assault Mode definitely does, so I guess as you get attacked and gain buffs and everything like that, it'll be almost like a one and done kind of deal for Melee. Like you'll get the amplify off maybe, and then it removes a buff, and then I don't know, move back to using Estarossa at that point. I'm not exactly sure. It's a little counterproductive, but commandments tend to be a bad thing, but most of the time the character that gives it off has some way around it. So very interesting. Not sure if I like that or not, but it is the whole 3 commandment like inside of him thing from the story, so that's cool. First attack is the tornado thing. They don't have like a name translated for it yet, I guess, but inflicts dark leap damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. Dark leap is 50 plus 50% damage for every darkness applied on the target. So that's interesting. He's basically a brand new unit, a whole bunch of new effects. His other card is a flood card, inflicts flood damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. So he does use 2 single targets, so you could potentially, you know, pair him very nicely with us for Trader Melee. I'm assuming Trader Melee's not on this banner, which is why I'm kind of skeptical about it. The ultimate does not seem like it gains an additional effect. Maybe it does. I'm not positive on that. At level 1, decreases all enemies attacked by 20% for 3 turns and inflicts resonance damage equal to 380% of attack on all enemies. Resonance is, at level 1, 5% damage, plus 5% damage for every buff, debuff, and stance on the target. So pretty interesting. Then it goes to, okay, there's where the whole better ult levels lies. All right, so it decreases all enemies attack by 20%, and then at level 3 it's attack and defense by 20%, and then at max it decreases all basic stats by 30%, so it's attack, defense, and HP at that point. Pretty lame. I really hate when they do stupid stuff like this. Very whaley, very dumb, but oh well. And the resonance goes all the way up to 40% at max, which is insane. Whenever they used it in the Korean live stream, he did like 3 million damage while Deanne had her, you know, stance up, and there was a whole bunch of debuffs going on and everything. So very much damage to be had there. Let's look at the banner really quickly before we go with the rest of it. So let's head over to the JP patch notes. I am not looking forward to this. This is gonna be bad, I can tell. Let's see here. Go ahead and translate to English. So there's that. All right. SSR characters other than festival characters that can be obtained with this gacha can be obtained in UR level 80 state. Okay. If the character you have is lower than the level, it upgrades them, of course. If you have, okay, we already know that. Characters not subject to UR are New Estarossa, Berserk mode Meliodas, which is assault mode. This is Festival Zeldris, Festival Ludo, the Margaret Ludo, and Cusack. And then the banner has, so that's the festival lineup, so already not great because it doesn't have any of it doesn't have Trader Melee, doesn't have, you know, Festival Deanne, which people really want. People were really wanting to swap for coins and everything, and I seen in the translated patch notes that it also says here the 3 festival coins to exchange for Berserk Meliodas, Executioner Zeldris, Oath of Light Ludociel, and Cusack. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get Festival Deanne or Melee from the coin shop either, which is just peachy. I think a lot of people are going to be very disappointed in this. Not very happy with that myself. That's dumb. So regular red Sariel, blue Tarmiel, blue Ludo, Chandler, Demon Hendrickson, Bellion is in the banner, and then one set of all of the commandments. This one is very interesting because Troll, Zeldris, Estarossa, but Monspeak, Malaskila, Derriere. Okay, so on the bright side, they did not put Froudrin in the banner. I saw a meme that somebody in the Spanish Seven Deadly Sins community posted where they were like, "Oh, I bet they'll do the whole like you are level 80 or you are level 90, maybe even for this banner." And they were talking about how if Blue Froudrin was on the banner, it would completely ruin it for a lot of people if they pulled him. So honestly, banner lineup kind of trash. A lot of these characters are not super great anymore. Very disappointed with that. Honestly, all of these festival units are meh at best. I mean, Executioner, I could use copies of Festival Zeldris. I could use more copies of Ludociel. I mean, technically, I could use more copies of Cusack, but none of these are festival units that I'm really wanting to pull. Like, you know, I would much rather have Festival Kings, Deanne's, Trader Mellies. But I think this is going to be a skip for a lot of people, honestly, because he looks interesting and looks fun, but how good is that if the value's not really there for the whole banner? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, honestly, because this looks like it's kind of turning out to be almost a disaster. New chapter story, which is cool. I like this scene right here, and they showed off the they showed off the cutscene in Purgatory where Bond meets Meliodas and they meet Wild for the first time, which is super awesome. I hope we get a free Wild unit like we get free Hawks every once in a while. It'd be really cool to see. The new costumes for him, honestly, I don't really like them too much. This one is, I guess, the best one. It matches the whole, fiery theme for Assault Mode, and Zeldris has one as well. That's fine, I guess. This one looks like a Ragnarok outfit, which is cool if you like that kind of thing. Not really my personal style. Kind of like the haircut for it. And then the biker one is just atrocious. Not into that at all, but obviously, whatever. We've already went over the coin shop thing. New artifact card set increases damage dealt by demon race allies and other race enemies. What? By 2, 4, 6, 8, 10%, and decreases damage received by up to 5%. Card pack obtainable from Hawk event. Blah blah blah. So, I guess that's the counterpart to the Goddess race allies card set that we got for Liz. There are new relics. This one's really small, so hopefully you can read that. It's cut off a little bit, but I'll read it. Fighter Deanne is getting one. Recovers 30% of max HP if the hero's attack results in a crit. That's not great because she's kind of old and it'll be pretty hard for her to crit, I think. This is Blessings of Earth Deanne, so like the new Summer Deanne that we just got, there's probably dogs barking in the background. I'm really sorry, but they're going to be doing that regardless. Allies with Ragnarok characteristic will not receive damage exceeding 50% of maximum HP of on the enemy's turn. When the ally uses a skill, for every 6% of the remaining HP, increases attack-related stats by 1%, activates before skill use. So that one's pretty interesting. I think that one could make Green Ragnarok Deanne a really interesting character, especially for the Ragnarok team. I actually kind of like that. I think that's pretty sweet. I'll probably look into getting that at some point when Skull and Hati are insanely hard. Matrona's getting one, increases giant race allies basic stats by 20%, so kind of interesting. Hopefully that one works in the back slot, but I could see it not doing that. And then Executioner Zeldris is getting one, which is kind of unfortunate because Nebula Zeldris is supposed to be the mid-anniversary banner, so I assume, depending on how good he is, people might swap over to using him more. But Executioner Zeldris, great backline unit. Anything extra that they can give him, I'm all for it. So decreases attack-related stats of debuffed enemies when they are using skills by 10%. So I don't hate it. It also looks really, really cool. They showed it off in the live stream. I don't have it pulled up, unfortunately, at the moment, but it looks neat. Artifact set enhancements and batches. So it looks like some quality of life changes. Custom upgrade animation speed will be increased, or costume, sorry. That's nice. custom rule for PvP or friendly PvP mode. That's cool. It doesn't really translate that, so I don't get to see what it is. You can now see the equipment selection tickets in equipment. Now there's a little button for it. You can click that, so that's kind of neat. Event, there's obviously a new login event. They showed this off during the live stream. Very cool. 30 diamonds on day 1, 30 diamonds at the end, and then 15 scattered throughout, along with, you know, SSR pendants, enhancement potions, and super awakening coins. So this is a pretty sweet login event. Lasts for a month. I don't hate it. Special missions, you're going to get a free multi's worth of Estarossa banner tickets, so that's cool. Along with, if you finish them all, you get 1 UR pendant, which is whatever. I guess it's good, but I don't know. They're so stingy, man. King exchange events coming back, of course, so that'll be good. Blessings of the Demon events. Blessings of the Demon event, which they did Blessings of the Goddess during Liz's banner. So basically the same concept. You'll be able to boost certain like drops and rewards from different events, which is pretty cool. I actually kind of enjoyed this. Level 4 and 5 will open on the 4th and 11th of August, so they're going to be doing the same thing there. New levels will be unlocked with new rewards. Wish box event. They showed this off a little bit. I don't guess he has like an actual explanation here though, but you basically, I guess, get keys and then you select what kind of rewards you want, because there's like different sets of rewards. There's even like bird and deer materials that you can get out of one of them, and then there's like anvils, hammers, and stuff. Yeah, you can see them right here. So hammer or anvils and awakening stones, 100 skip tickets, ale, and an awakening token. That's probably the weakest one. Engraving stones and such, hammers. That's really nice. There's the bird and deer materials. You get 5 of each of the big ones, and then 10 of those. So that's a third of the actual cost of a relic there. And then SSR pendants, super awakening coins, and SSR tickets is actually a really nice one. And I'm assuming this might be like it rolls and then gives you the rewards for one of these, maybe not picking them. I'm not super sure, but it is a wish box. I'm not positive exactly. Obtain wish box keys by participating in the Lamech event. You can choose 1 item for each step. Oh, okay, so you'll be able to choose, I guess, anvils here. I'll probably get skip tickets, maybe. I don't know. That's a lot of skip tickets, but yeah, you just choose 1 from each, I guess. Okay, kind of interesting. Lamech's coming back, the big crab boss. I think they might be doing some sort of like global or like version like event where you beat him so many times. Like there was some sort of like bar that they had that you could fill up for it. I'm assuming it's going to be one of those like community events where everybody does it, you know, X amount, or like so many times, and it fills up the bar, and then everybody gets rewards for that. So the rewards are actually pretty good. If you get 10 million gold at the beginning, you get 15 super awakening coins, an hourglass, 10 SSR pendants, and 30 diamonds once it's completely done. So that's kind of cool. There's a card pack and stuff like that in the, I'm assuming this is the exchange shop. And also the I think this was the school outfit Estarossa had at some point, so they're giving that away, which is fine, I guess. The old Estarossas really aren't as good, but Hawk's Dreamland is coming back. I actually really liked that event whenever it came around. Pretty decent rewards here. You get a free Melascula set of cosmetics, maybe not a headpiece, but outfit and a weapon, it looks like. So that's cool. Some other small rewards, very nice. And then there's a growth support event, which has a lot of the stuff that you normally get. So like main quest, 1 revive, half AP pots, or half stamina for it. But there's a new one called Concurrent Deathmatch Defeat, which is pretty interesting, but it's got a big downside. So during the event, if you have more than 1 active deathmatch, defeating one of them will clear the other deathmatch of the same boss, but it only works for the original 3 demons. So basically they showed it off, they showed off an infographic in the live stream, and it was basically like if you summon 6 red demons at the same time and you beat 1 red demon, it will just go ahead and defeat all of them and give you the rewards at the same time. So that's actually really cool. But for me personally, I already have enough of the materials from all 3 of the original demons. It's sitting in my, you know, box, that I don't really need that event, unfortunately. But I'm sure newer players and people who maybe don't have, you know, enough of these can definitely use that event. It looks kind of cool. I really wish it was also working for the newer bosses, but rip. Lucky bags, those are always nice. They give a couple of those out for free most of the time, and then you get to pick them, and then there's like a good diamond reward. I think it's like 25 diamonds is like the max reward that you can get, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, 5% to get 25, and then if you clear all of them, you get 10 diamonds guaranteed. Some decent rewards in there if you want to buy those. And then diamond rebate events, so if you spend X amount of diamonds, you get rewards back for the banner. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything super crazy in there, but some super awakening coins and some other stuff. So I don't know, man. Altogether, it looks very interesting. I think the new character looks really cool, of course. Assault Mode Estarossa is a big one that people have been wanting for a while. I think his art's really cool. I like that. And he also has this like effect in game where he like goes completely black, like completely dark, and like there's like weird red electricity on him, and then he comes back to, I guess because he's like going sicko mode or whatever. But I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. The banner, not happy with that. I'm honestly not super thrilled about the way the outfits look, which kind of sucks. But the character himself looks pretty interesting. I really liked running Assault Mode Meliodas back in the day, so I'm sure I'll have fun messing with that again. But we shall see how it goes. So I will be doing summons for this whenever it comes to global. But other than that, I don't really know what else I'm going to be doing for the rest of this week, because it's pretty quiet on global right now. So either way, if you want to stay tuned, stick around, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.